Hi, everybody. I seem to have gotten it figured out, so I'm going to set my camera up where it's supposed to be. Welcome to Grabba, Cuppa, Knit and Chat Live for the first time. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes to get it set up, but I got it figured out. Please excuse the noise. I have a fan going because I'm rather hot right now, so there we go. Is anyone joined us yet? I'm just going to sit and talk until somebody says hello. I don't know what else is going on. Sorry, I was looking down. I did print off the Audrey top. Let me turn on this extra light. There we go. The Audrey top. Get it where you can see it. This is by Sorry Nordland. I've decided that I want to try to knit that, and it's going to be in this color. Oh, that's bad. There we go. That's a little better. And that happens to be Good Earth Adorned Cotton Linen Blend from Fibra Nutra. The camera's a little different when I'm doing it this way. It's 47% linen, 53% cotton. It's 100 grams and about 170 yards. I don't know how that probably just distorted really bad. It's not the softest, but I did notice that I was trying to use the purple in a top, and it was really bad to start with, but then it started to soften up. But I want a summer top, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I thought while we sat and chatted, I could fix my pattern and see which size I'm doing. I think I'm going to be doing the size 8, which goes up to a 59 bust circumference. It does say that you should have negative ease, but if you fall in between sizes to go to the larger size, and my bust size is really like a 54 and a half to 55, and I'm going up to the 59-inch bust anyway. So we'll see how that works. Not sure if it's going to work at all, but I haven't really gotten it started yet. I have total of that many stitches cast on, and it's done on a 3mm needle. So it's on a rather small needle, and you can use, what does it say to use? Says you can use fingering weight and mohair, but they use La Bien Ami Sport Novu, non-superwash merino, and Sandnes Garn alpaca silk with knitting for olive soft silk mohair. And I'm sorry, but I'm just doing it in a cotton linen. We'll see. This is yarn that I had in my stash. If anyone's joined me, please say hi. Let me know you're there. Let me know where you're from. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and kind of rattle on a little bit. And if nobody says hello in a few minutes, then I will log off and we will try to do a chat another time. I haven't gotten a whole lot of knitting done this week, but it's not too bad. I do have a pair of socks finished that I will show on my next podcast. I don't have them in here, so I'm not going to bring them. I'm not going to get up and go and grab them. I did go out for local yarn shop day, which was today. By the way, it's April 26, 2025, and it's about 6:17 p.m. here Pacific time. I went to local yarn shop day. I met up with a subscriber in Eugene, Oregon, and we went to a couple of shops there. There's a new shop in Springfield, Oregon. To me, Eugene and Springfield are sister cities. You're driving down one street and there's a sign that says welcome to Springfield. And when you're coming back, there's one that says welcome to Eugene. So not a whole lot going on. And I'm okay with that. But there's not very many yarn shops. There's one that's been open for a long time. I think a long time. It's Cozy Yarns. They're on 5th Street by the 5th Street Market. They're an awesome yarn shop. I go there whenever I can. And then there's one in Springfield called Stringfield Yarn Collective. And today was their grand opening and also local yarn shop day. The owners of the two shops are friends, so it was nice to see them doing something together for the grand opening local yarn shop day. If you went into both of the places and you said, I've brought my BFF, then you got a little stitch marker, which I have clasped both of them to my purse, and I do not have them up here, but they're just little rainbows with little clouds at the end. One is what they call a sparkle, and one is done on wood. So we got stitch markers for saying I brought my BFF into the yarn shops. So the first one that we went to was Stringfield Yarn Collective. And like I said, it was their grand opening. And boy, we got a swag bag. Let me tell you. Not everything that's in this bag came from there. So I'm going to take out what didn't come from there and toss down for a minute. Let's see. I got okay. So just for going, this is the bag that they were handing out. It's kind of hard to see, but it does say Stringfield Yarn Collective grand opening local yarn store day 2025. And it's just a cute little see-through translucent sparkly bag. I love it. It's amazing. But it's what was in this bag that was a real kicker. So when you got your bag, you got a mini skein of Always Be Kind yarn, which she was there and she told me that her yarn dyeing studio is right there adjacent to the store. This doesn't say a color or anything. It just says Stringfield Yarn Collective mini skein, and it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's an 80-yard sock. And this is just greens and purples, and that's that sums up the store right there. Also, a card for a pattern from Needle Fox Arts. See if we leave it there long enough, you can actually see it. I'm not going to turn it around because the QR for the pattern is on the back. It's called Savitas Spiralis Shawlette. I've seen her patterns before. She's amazing. Also, I got a download code for an Aura Glow Cow. They gave out purple and green light bulb stitch markers. Just regular light bulb stitch markers in purple and green. This is just the swag bag now, mind you. There's a Euclid wipe, stain treating towelette. Oh, okay. That's awesome. I haven't seen these before. But if you carry this around in your purse and you get something on your sweater, you can dab it with that and keep it from staining. Now I understand. That's really cool. I'll have to try that and get more. And then there was a button. It's kind of hard to see. Sorry. It just says String-Filled Yarn Collective on it. And it's got balls of yarn, which looks just like the sticker, only it's a button. That's exactly what the button looks like, only with a white background and purple writing. And then a pen. And then a little progress keeper. And what else do we have? Sage Casey Foundation. I'll hold that up too. Welcome to any new viewers. I'm just going over a swag bag that I got from String-Filled Yarn Collective. Ooh, I got a scratch to reveal a prize. I didn't see that. Let's scratch and reveal my prize. Oh, 5% off of an entire purchase. Awesome. I really like this store. I know it's brand new, but they're really nice people, and I love them so much. Here's their card, and here's their QR code and phone number. I see Always Be Kind Yarn at Black Sheep in June in Albany, Oregon. Off, which is Oregon Fall Fiber Festival. I just call it Off. Also in Albany, Oregon. And I just love her yarn. I've shown her yarn several times on here. And I adore it. So always look out for that. Now for what I got while I was there. I got these cute little mushroom stitch stoppers. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that we go mushroom hunting. That is just the most adorbs thing. And I think my new project is exactly what I need to use them for. It just kind of matches. I'm not usually a matchy person whenever I go to do this kind of stuff, but I think it looks good with the yarn that I'm using, and that'll be cute. Next, I got a DK weight, like 50-gram mini skein. That's going to go in my DK miter square blanket or something comfort throw. It's the miter square DK blanket. And also, Always Be Kind Yarn had the mystery skeins. And this is Super Sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I'm always looking for sock yarns. I did not open it up until I got out of the store. Let me tell you, it's amazing. I love it. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? It does not have a name on it. It's just a one of a kind. So that's the name, is just one of a kind. But it is gorgeous. Oh, I kind of want to take it there. Now you can see it. It's got these darker speckles in it. I wish I had another one because that would make a cute top. The Audrey top. And inside the package was these stitch markers. Or not stitch markers, but stitch stoppers. And they match so well. It was just one packet. So that wasn't too bad. Oh, I don't need to roll it back up. I've opened it. I've shown it. It's going in the swag bag. That was Stringfield Yarn Collective in Springfield, Oregon. My local to me yarn shop, the real local to me yarn shop, is in Lebanon. And that's called Nitty Gritty Yarns. And she is amazing as well. And I stopped in there yesterday when I was out running errands. And I told her that I wasn't going to be in town, so I was stopping in yesterday. And I picked up a couple of skeins there. Just some Cascade Heathers. And that was I didn't go today, but that was my yarn shop for her. Excuse me. The next thing that we did was we went to Cozy Yarns, which, like I said, is on 5th Avenue in Eugene, Oregon, by the Fish Street Market. So there's coffee shops, there's food, there's all kinds of shops there around the area. And it's got nice trails and it's nice to look around. So it's really cute area. Today happened to be extremely busy, and I was like, what is going on? It's early in the morning, and come to find out that they were having an OSU spring game and a 5K today, and I think a 10K marathon tomorrow. So that was just odd. Everybody was downtown and parked for that, so it was hard to find parking. But I went in there, and every time I go in there, I like to get a mini skein. They have a good selection of mini skeins, and they have fingering weight mini skeins. And I got this one. It's Madeline Tosh Unicorn Tails. I think it's called Matte Maloot. It's a one of a kind. There. Now you can see it. I love getting those. Of course, that's going in my miter square blanket as well. My fingering weight miter square. And then I found the Shapeace downtown wool. It's 75% extra fine merino and 25% nylon. I had not seen it before. This color is called Taylor's Row. And oh my gosh, what made me get this was it has a pull on the end. That's not what made me get it, but that's where you start your skein. And I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. But what made me get this is they're my partner's colors, right? Either for a hat, I think this would be better as a hat because it is so soft. So soft. It is just adorably soft. I think that he's going to get a new hat with that. And then for their local yarn shop day, they have these little cozy pouches. Perfect little zipper pouch. Little foam type. And then they gave out pins. It just says 2025 local yarn shop day. Thank you for shopping local. And then they had a trunk show, and I can't remember the name of the yarns, but it was all cat and dog colors inspired. And I really enjoyed it, but I didn't get any of their yarn. And then I got this little cat stitch marker with sparkles. So the rainbow with the cloud is done in sparkle like this, just without the glitter, and one in wood that we got for the BFF thing. Thank you, Carol, the subscriber from the local area of Eugene, who met with me today, and we did some local yarn shop hopping. That was kind of fun. While we were out and about, even though it's not a local yarn shop, we did go to the Joann's that's there, and it's the one that I usually go to when I'm in town. And she had been earlier, and she had brought me a basket. I love this basket. So I got a basket, and she got me Patent Croy Celestial Colors sock yarn. And I picked up the Patent Croy Geranium colors and the reds. I love those colors. So this basket is being used for my extra cotton linen, and that's where my Audrey top is going to live. It's just perfect. It's amazing. I love my basket. I love my yarns. I have, like, I needed anything. I didn't really need anything. But the point is that I went, I had fun. I got to go. I had stopped at the new yarn store once a couple of weeks ago, and I loved it then. They were still kind of getting all set up. It was amazing. I don't know. They have they have Always Be Kind yarn. They have other dyers, and they have a lot of Cascade yarns. But the main draw is the people, and they have a big place to just sit around and knit. and it's amazing. Um, Fun people, just love it. I wish I could spend more time there, but for me, it's a little bit far to spend too much time there. But their hours are amazing because I think she said that she closes at like 7 p.m. and she's only closed on Tuesdays. I think she said she was only closed on Tuesdays and she's open until 7 p.m., which is really nice because I work until 6. And sometimes if I could get over there, that would be awesome. Let's see. You can find out by going to shop at stringfieldyarncollective.com, I'm sure. It doesn't really say on here the hours, but I'm sure you can find out. And they're on Instagram. I've seen them on Instagram. I saw their Instagram post, and then one of the subscribers said, there's a new yarn store. It's right down on 5th Street in Springfield. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it. What's going on? And it is kind of all the way down at the end. Perfect little place. Something that I would not have seen because I don't go by it, ever. So now that I know it's there, it's awesome. So yeah, if you have joined me, tell me that you're here. Tell me where you're from. Join in the chat. That would be awesome. Anyway, I didn't come in with all of my projects or anything like I normally would on a regular knitting episode or a knit podcast or a catch up. So I thought maybe I would knit while we talked, but I'm not really knitting anything. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet today for the first time. I don't only knit, I crochet, I dabble in spinning. I do dye some yarn. I have some that I've dyed off to the side. I even have some sock blanks that I dyed up 4 or 5 years ago that I should use. What else? I cross stitch. I do English paper piecing. I've been putting little shorts up. I take knitting everywhere I go. I usually have a hat or a pair of socks or something that I'm working on. I take them whenever I get in a vehicle, I have it with me. And I started catching up on my pair of Beetlejuice socks just a couple of days ago, and I have them ready to start the heel. I took them with me today and was going to work on them, and I pulled them out, and I was like, oh, wait, they're on 9-inch circlers, working in tandem, and I'm at the heel flap, and I cannot do the heel flap on 9-inch circlers. So I didn't have DPNs to work the heel flap, so I'm going to have to start the heel later on tonight. And I have a pair of socks, Coffee Talk socks. What's her name? Tracy from the Grocery Girls has that pattern out. I know it's Tracy. I just don't know her last name. But it's on Ravelry. You can type in Coffee Talk socks. I'm doing those. I had started with the yarn I'm using. Same colors for heel, toes, and cuffs as I had before. I pulled out all of my whips, if you've watched the channel any. Um, and I found this pair of socks, and I had the cuff and about that much of the pattern done, and it was one sock, and the needle was gone, and the labels are not on the yarn, and I'm like, this pattern looks familiar, but I don't know where I'm at. So I pulled it back. I pulled out the cuff. I did it all, and I'm knitting them two at a time. So I just started it over. I knew I was doing the coffee talk sock. I saw the yarn back when I got it, and I knew that that's what it had to be. And so I've restarted it, and I'm doing them, and I got the cuffs and maybe about that much of it done. So I'll show those next time. And cross stitching, I have that right here, so I can kind of show you. I have it on my hoop here, and I kind of pulled it out of the holder when I picked it up. But this is my holder here. I got it at a garage sale last year before. But this right here goes on the edge of the table, and you can just tighten it down. I'm doing it, but you can't see it. And then I don't have to hold my stitching at all. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that. But yeah, it just awesome. This is half of the trunk, and I'm working on up and working the limbs out. This is my temperature tree cross stitch for 2025. So this limb it starts right here with January 1st and goes up and around. And then it starts with February 1st and goes around to the 28th. And then these two right here are March 1st. So I just finished the limb for March. Now I just need to do the petals. So each leaf is a day of the month, and it's going to go January and then wind up with December over here. And like I said, this is just half of the trunk that I'm working on. The pattern is on Etsy. It's called the Temperature Tree cross stitch pattern. For it comes with color charts for DMC, and you can do high tip, which is what I'm doing. You can do low tip. You can pretty much do whatever you want. The middle temp, anything like that. We had some pretty warm days in February. That's why we have some really different looking leaves in February. January is kind of straightened out from, it starts with the 50s and goes up to like 55. And then we do that in February, and then it just starts going crazy. So we've had a really weird year temperature wise. Hopefully I can get March done. Once I have the limb filled in for the month, it doesn't take that long for the days. I have a notebook that I keep the days, high temperature and low temperature written down in. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I thought about doing a low temperature one as well, since I write down the highs and lows. Who knows? You can do anything with that. You can go on and make little flowers at the bottom surrounding the tree, and the color of the flower is the low temp of the day and the tree is the high temp of the day. You know, it's your cross stitch. You can do whatever you want. I don't know if I'll do that or not. We'll see. Who knows? Or I can just make a whole nother tree. But there was some cool patterns on there for temperature tree or temperature cross stitch ranges. They just have some that are just like little blocks and lines. And what I do is I go to AccuWeather.com and type in my town, and it'll give me the highs and lows for every day. You hit month, and it'll give you the highs and lows for every day of that month. And I believe that if you wanted to go back to like last year and get the highs and lows, I think you could do that too. But I'm not quite sure. Someone had mentioned something about you could do that, and I just haven't looked to see if you could or not. So, that's pretty much all of me rambling for now. I hit the 55 subscribers, and you have to have at least 50 to be able to do a live video. So I thought I would come on here and do a live and thank everyone who's subscribed to my channel. It means a lot to me for 55 people to just want to sit down and listen to me ramble about something that makes me happy. And I hope to get more, but if this is all I get, I'm so happy to have it. I'm so happy you're here. I'm glad that you watch my channel, and I really, really enjoy knitting. I enjoy crochet. I enjoy the cross stitch. I enjoy sewing. I'm trying to get really into the spinning aspect. So I have a couple of little electric spinners. I have a wheel spinner. So if I ever do get to pick it back up a little bit, I can come on and I can spin and chat. There's not really a whole lot that goes on. If people want to do lives every now and then, we can. For those of you that's joined, I really appreciate it. If just watching the videos is one thing, then that's something that we can do. I would like to get it to where we could do a knit night, maybe once a month, where we all come on and chat and just knit together and just kind of have some fun. But I've taken up almost 40 minutes of your time, and I really appreciate you joining me. And just take some time to make yourself happy and do what you love, and do it for reasons that you want to. Don't let anyone make you feel like you have to do something. You do it for you. You do it because you want to, and you will always enjoy it. Thank you. Bye.